Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and Rage 2 has finally been unveiled. After a week long of teasing and trying to figure out what the hell is going on, here we are. Bethesda has delivered the goods. Upon that delivery, a lot of hot takes have been dished out, mine as well. Some people like the game, some people don't even give a damn, some people hate this, and now we need to sift through all that has transpired since this announcement of Rage 2. For starters, the teaser event itself. Big Ben, the rocket ship, what does it all mean? How is this connected to Rage 2? My mind's going in a million different places. Turns out it had nothing to do with the game at all. According to a tweet from Pete Hines, other than showing off the date, this had nothing to do with the game. Little bothered. We did get to figure out some stuff about the game, but still, speculate is going to waste. I mean, it was still fun to be a part of. I'm not complaining. I hope Bethesda does this more often. Reactionary marketing, trying to have fun with their community, interact with their community. It was a really good time regardless. I just hope next time when they tease pictures that all of them have to deal with the game itself, because they know they're fans. We dig into everything extensively. More importantly, what the focus of this video is going to be is Bethesda versus Bethesda Game Studios. Because so many people during the teaser event, and it has been amplified since the announcement, think that Bethesda Game Studios, creators of Fallout, Elder Scrolls, maybe Starfield, are the ones who are working on Rage 2, and it's like, come on, we've been doing this for so long now, we should know. We're gonna bring it down a notch. I know some of you out there are in college, maybe it's finals week, maybe you graduated, maybe you're done, you're chilling at home right now. Guess what? You're going back to school. Greetings, students. I am Professor Matty, and today I'm hosting a seminar on Bethesda, specifically the difference between Bethesda and Bethesda Game Studios. So now, let's begin. Here we have Bethesda. They are the publisher, the ones with the moolah. They are paying their suite of developers, the people who make the game. A lot of people get confused on the difference between Bethesda and Bethesda Game Studios. So let's go over that. The publishers up here providing the funds for developers like id, who does Quake and Doom, as well as Rage. We also have Tango Gameworks, who works on The Evil Within, Arcane Studios, best known for Prey and Dishonored, Machine Games, who currently owns the Wolfenstein series, and ZeniMax Online Studios, who works on Elder Scrolls Online. Then, underneath Bethesda is the developer Bethesda Game Studios. I cannot emphasize this enough. Bethesda Game Studios is a developer within the branch of Bethesda. So, Bethesda Game Studios, they make Fallout, Elder Scrolls, whatever the hell we're speculating about, whether it's Starfield or some other crap. And that is what we need to emphasize, because, for example, when Bethesda up here is teasing something, that is not the Bethesda that a lot of us love. They are teasing for something else underneath one of these studios. So when Bethesda is doing something, it doesn't mean that Bethesda Game Studios isn't. It's just Bethesda, and that they could tease for any of these games. So that's the difference between Bethesda and Bethesda Game Studios. One provides the funds, does the marketing for their family of developers, and one actually is just a developer underneath that entire branch. Hopefully that provides some clarity. That'll conclude my lesson. And now for your homework. I'd like an essay personally sent to me at G27status on Twitter.com. Send it my way, and that'll be it. Thank you for tuning in. So I believe now everybody knows the difference between Bethesda and Bethesda Game Studios. It's easy to mess up, I get it, but now it's out there. So some people don't like Rage 2. I personally understand that, but a lot of that hatred has stemmed from it not being a BGS title and them announcing something else. So I want to talk about why this is good for Bethesda Game Studios fans and good for gamers in general, actually. For starters, smokescreen, distraction announcement for Bethesda. Think of how much time we just killed. We're weeks away from E3 now, and this teaser event has loaded our minds with all these ideas. The hype has been built up. We're ready to burst. But more than anything, Bethesda has something else for most gamers to focus on in the meantime until E3. But furthermore, during this whole teaser event, some fans were asking me, why is Bethesda marketing this like something I should give a shit about? It's only Rage 2, Matty. And yes, it is only Rage. That's why they're marketing it, because Rage is not as known as a Fallout or an Elder Scrolls where they can just drop a trailer and everyone knows about it. It's being marketed that way because look at us talking about it. I'm making videos about it. Tons of YouTubers are making videos about it. The press is talking about it. Gamers who didn't know what Rage was are now talking about it because Bethesda's bigger than ever. All in all, overall, the reaction to a Walmart leak has made Rage more popular than it's ever been, because Rage, if anything, was a glorified tech demo. I liked it a little bit more than that personally. I found it to be a fun game, if anything, and I'm excited that they're giving it a second chance. But I get why when people look at it, they go, really? But that's why the marketing is saying you should care about it, because it's not something that's just easily recognizable and lovable. Furthermore, I feel this is the tip of the iceberg for Bethesda. This is just one announcement. Everyone's talking about Bethesda, and they haven't even revealed their trump card. Think of it this way. You got everybody talking about potentially your lowest game on the list that no one may care about. That's, if anything, a well done marketing job by Bethesda. And now, you don't even have Bethesda Game Studios title revealed, and there's still hype. So imagine what happens when you reveal that. It's hype overload. So they're in a good position. I think that generally, if you don't like Rage 2, is a positive takeaway from its announcement, because it's one less thing for us to worry about with Bethesda. Like I've said earlier, they're getting a lot of announcements out of the way clearly before E3. Why is that? Probably because something very big is coming our way. Now, if you remember, I did say that I feel this is good for also gaming in general. The reason I say that is because Bethesda is reviving a series that quite honestly had no right being revived. I like Rage, but if you told me it was getting a sequel, I'd be like, what? Because it just seems like such a random IP for Bethesda to go out and redo, but Bethesda's been doing that with Prey, Doom. They're the ones who created, for example, Dishonored 2. It underperformed by a lot, and they still decided to make Death of the Outsider. Same thing it seems to be with Prey, which underperformed, but Arcane Studios is teasing a new Prey expansion. Personally, I think this is good for gamers because it shows that any IP can maybe have a chance. Even something that had mixed reviews like Rage. I'm not saying it's going to be the best game in the world. I'm not saying that this game is great. I don't know anything about the game, quite honestly, other than it's post-apocalyptic first-person shooter open world. It could be a lot like the first Rage, where it's very reminiscent of Fallout, Mad Max, Borderlands. It doesn't have its own identity, but that seems to be kind of what it's shooting for. All I'm saying is that there can be positive takeaways, and that Bethesda making an announcement for id and Avalanche Studios does not impact Bethesda Game Studios, and in fact, if anything, it benefits them, because now there's more room for them. Now it becomes more obvious that something's coming from them. So I understand the frustration as someone who loves BGS games, but that'll do it for me. This is a video I just had to make when I saw the response to Rage 2. If you don't like it, totally fine. That's your opinion. Own the fuck out of it. You don't have to like it. Just for those who were saying, how is this not Starfield? How is this not Elder Scrolls or Fallout? There is a difference. It's important to emphasize, and for those who do know the difference but are still upset, I just wanted to provide some glimmers of hope there that there is still likely something going on behind the scenes from BGS. That'll do it for me though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. I will catch you tomorrow during the Rage 2 gameplay trailer. It's going to be curious to see how this game turns out. A little nervous for Bethesda, but we'll see in due time. So be sure to leave your feedback in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.